Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss.
I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Hi ladies. So in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. The tempo in this live is going to be on the compassionate side. I know when I do my videos, I like to teach you discernment, but kind of joke around a little bit. But in this video, I'm not going to be joking as much because the situation at hand is very serious. And this situation has really took a major turn. And it's like, you never know when those viral stories, like you don't know if they're real. You don't know how real they are. You don't know how serious you should take it until information is put out here where it's like, wow. So that's what this live is going to be about. And we're going to start where we last left off. I know I keep saying I'm done with this, but it's like more information just keeps coming out. If you're disrespectful in the chat, you will get blocked. So please be respectful. Please show compassion. Okay, that's all I'm asking. If you don't have anything nice to say, showing compassion also means just don't say nothing. So let's get into today's video. And I'm going to start with where we left off. Also, some YouTubers that I want to mention because I've been watching them probably after my second YouTube video. I started tapping into some other YouTubers online simply because I thought I was done. Y'all know how I am to keep my comments authentic. I don't like watching other YouTubers. So when I thought I was done with this, I started watching other YouTubers. You know, I handed them the baton and I'm like, okay, they probably just gonna run with it. But to be honest, I decided to speak out again after watching them. So I just want to make sure I'm giving credit where credit is due. So of course you saw me watch MTR. I watched the interview that he did, Abba and Preach. Of course I tapped in. I usually tap into their content if it's something that I talked about, but I do it after I talk about it. Ringo TV, which I'm going to get into a very great point that he made in one of his live streams about the receipts that the turtle made in an interview that they did with Kites. I think that's the name of their channel. And I want to mention them as well because they did an interview with the turtle not that long ago. And then O'Shea Duke Jackson, I tuned in to him as well. And then lastly, Queen of Accountability. I tuned into her live last night, which is why I'm doing this video today. So I just want to make sure that everyone is getting their credit. And I just want to make sure that everyone is getting highlighted when it comes to this situation, because it really took all of us breaking down this situation. It took all of us putting our brains together to come up with the information that we're able to present to the public today. So I just want to make sure like everyone is getting their credit. Also, just so you know, I do real research. I called Phoenix, Arizona. I called Osage County last Thursday to get some things confirmed. I was able to take the approach of his probation. I went down the rabbit hole of his probation violations. And based off of that rabbit hole, that's how I was able to find my information. I was tipped by someone that just slid in my DMs. It's a troll account, not sure who they were, but they slid in my DMs, gave me this information, and then they left it up to me to do the remainder of the research necessary in order for me to come to my channel to give you my thoughts and my opinions. So thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. So just some receipts. Also, one thing about the Turtle Man, he will comment under fake accounts. So he was caught not that long ago commenting from a fake account on Facebook. They were calling him out for that. So if you read the comments here, TT or whoever this like white lady is, that's him commenting from a fake account, which he did that last night in Queen Accountability's live stream. He didn't want to go up there and defend himself when he had the opportunity to do so, which I found that to be interesting as well. Okay, so he does that a lot. He comments from fake pages. Also, Dennis Sperling, he still wants to take credit because he's defending this man. So here's his credit. All right. I support any Black man that speaks up for himself against these lovely ladies' attacks. So I will be hosting a fundraiser on my channel for the turtle. Okay. So I just want to make sure he gets his credit because he wants it really bad. All right. So let's get into where we left off. So the last time that we spoke or we met regarding the situation, we left off with it being revealed that he openly admitted on MTR's live interview that he did put a device in his ex's car, one of his ex's car, and he admitted to doing that live. So let's go ahead and go back there first. Let me see. Oh, wait. Oh, here it is. Oh, my God. My phone is ringing. I'm sorry, y'all. That's my laptop ringing. My brother calling me right now. Okay. I'm about to call him back. So let's start off here because this is where we left off. With MTR and it being exposed that he did put that device in her car to track her.
I catch you doing something. And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that,
I have never heard of a smartphone in the car. Like, how long would a smartphone stay on? I don't. Those things are going to overheat after a while. Is it true that you put a smartphone in the car and you press the record button and just threw it back in there?
No.
Okay, blatantly, she's just making that up out of thin air.
Yes. She's making that up. Okay.
Come on, let's talk about it.
I'm trying to see how I can answer this. All right. I did. I had a phone. Man, I don't know how to answer this, honestly. I don't know how to answer this. But no, I didn't put no smartphone. I did have another iPhone that was in her car. I have two phones, okay?
Aaron.
No, listen. Let me break it down to you. I had two phones. One phone I do plumbing with, right? The other phone is my personal phone. I did leave the phone. I'm trying to answer this without sounding like a creep. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because they're gonna crucify me. So don't think nothing. But I had another phone. Okay, I did plumbing services with this phone. The location was on this phone. Now I'm in and out of her car all the time. I did know that the location was on the phone. Yeah, I always got location on both of my phones. But that's how I was finding out she was driving around too. Yeah.
So she's not lying. There was a phone in the car that tracked where she was.
The phone. That's why I was having a hard time answering this. She's trying to make it seem like I just got up, threw the phone. No, I had my tracker on. I had my GPS on there. And I remember we had an argument about me leaving the phone in there. Yes. Okay. With the GPS tracker on there. She said, yeah. And I lied. Okay. Yes. Okay. I lied to her. I told her I did an airdrop. And left the phone in there, but I don't even know how to do an airdrop. But honestly, yes, the phone location, my location was on. I know she was cheating on me and stuff, so I did. If it sounds crazy, then fuck it, man. Whatever.
So that's where we left off. Okay, and interesting, he also said my tracker. Your tracker? That was weird to me. So, and you know what was crazy, ladies? Crazy how men made excuses for that. It was crazy how men made excuses for that. I think the worst excuse I heard was a married man saying, well, those cheating shows, don't they have cheating shows like that where they hire private investigators to put tracking devices in a cheater's car or something like that? And I'm just like, it's a misdemeanor in the state of Arizona to put any type of tracking device in someone's car or to track someone for more than 12 hours. It's a misdemeanor. For those that are unaware, that it is most likely illegal in most states to even do that. So it was crazy that people made that excuse. This is not a reality TV show. This is real life with real consequences. So I just felt like that was crazy. A married man said that, and his wife was sitting next to him. Crazy. But hey, let's move on to the next. Shout out to Ringo TV. He brought this to my attention. Now, I was told to check him out because people were spamming his YouTube channel name in my chat box. And when I get done with my videos, I like to play back and watch to see all the comments and things like that. And so his name was mentioned a lot in my chat box. So after my second video, I started tuning in to his lives, and he brought this to my attention. And I didn't see any other YouTuber bring this to the forefront. So this man went on, I believe it was Kites, their YouTube channel, did an interview, and no one caught this. Not even the people that were interviewing him, the husband and the wife, they did not catch this. So let me show you what he found. I think, no, not that one. Here it is. So during that interview, he posted receipts about how he does humanitarian work. And just listen to what he says. Okay.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Now, this is me on the Nextdoor app.
Him on the Nextdoor app. Let me see if I can open this screen up a little bit. Right? You know, let's see if they have any corn site windows open. You know, some of these people, man, some of these people be posting videos and they'll show you their screen and they forgot they have like a corn site that's in the tab that's still open. Let's see if we can find any dirt, fam, because some of these people, man, they don't know how to move, man. So let's see what they're looking at. We got Discord, we got StreamYards, Transfer, GoFundMe. Interesting. Transfers, GoFundMe. Are y'all seeing this? Uh-oh, guys. Come on now. What's going on here, fam? That man is on the Transfers, GoFundMe. So that means he was transferring money. Do this man have other GoFundMes out there, y'all? Oh, man. This is crazy, man. What else we got here? Submit a request. Help. I don't know what's that, man, but it looked like it's connected to GoFundMe. So basically, he's communicating with GoFundMe. Do you see how we got these receipts, fam? Man, I tell you, bro, the receipts don't lie. Check this out, guys. Wow, wow, wow. Say it ain't so. Look at it right there on the screen. It says transfer GoFundMe. Then it says submit a request help tab. See how much you can learn about people from their tabs? Are y'all seeing that? So basically, he's literally communicating with GoFundMe, trying to get the money right now. For all we know, he probably gained access to it. He probably got the money already, y'all. Right? Let's see what else we got. Grown Man Fitness. Why you what? Why are you looking at Grown Men Fitness, man?
What you talking about, Willis?
Nah, bro. I don't know about that, fam. You know? But, you know, sometimes when you're doing your research, you got to look at the whole screen to find out what's going on. So now, check this out. It says 16 weeks ago, right? 16 weeks ago, he wrote this. So we're going to read this. I'm going to read it first because I want to, I don't want to hear him read it because like I don't know. It's like he just don't know what he's doing. So he says, I am one of a few licensed journeyman plumbers trying to provide free plumbing services for Army veterans and those that are disabled on a discretionary case by case evaluation. So you're going to be evaluating if these people are disabled. What kind of nonsense is that? Discretionary case by case evaluation and reduced pricing, savings, homeowners, thousands. And these contractors think I'm stupid. And I don't know the law trying to get me in trouble for a good deed. What? Let me see. I just hate how a company I was working for would charge. Uh-oh, busted. Busted. Ta-da. Oh, boy. Exposed. Check out what he said, gang. He said, and I quote, I just hate how a company I was working for. My goodness, bro. You exposed already, bro. Let's just end the stream. Let's just end the stream, guys. Come on now. Come on. Where my flowers at, guys? Where my flowers, man?
Give that man his flowers, y'all. Okay. Any YouTuber that's in this video, make sure y'all go. And I'm gonna link it after this live. You go to their video and if you don't do nothing else, can you just like it for me? Can you like it for me? Thank you. Okay. Any YouTuber mentioned in this live, just go to the video, like the video. Okay. Please. Thank you. All right. So that was exposed to me before Queen of Accountability's interview that she did yesterday. So let's get into what happened yesterday. Now, also, we left off here as well with Aaron being kicked out of the club. Let's play the video again because we have to start off where we left off, and then we're going to go forward.
I want everybody flash on me right now, or you ain't gonna ask me no questions after I get up out of here. Turn your flash up on me. Hey, pull your phones out. Everybody better post me on that Instagram. Hey, you just did me a favor by tapping me in, man, with the one and only, very motherfucking handsome. I'm out here at Club 1111 in Scottsdale. Man, I had this bitch jumping harder than Rick Ross, man. They kicked the nigga out, man. Do not come to no motherfucking Club 1111. Man, if you come to Club 1111 in Scottsdale, Arizona, you hella boosted.
Okay. So y'all remember that. And then he was at the club, right? Okay. Now let's get into this receipt. Here it is. Let me go back. So, Queen of Accountability, she reached out to the club to get information on what really happened that night. So she's going to explain it. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. So listen closely. Yes. And I also have to say this. This woman is very upset right now So if you feel she's aggressive and you can't handle it, go ahead and check off. Okay. Also, moving forward, trigger warning. Okay. Because I'm also going to play the clips of the victim speaking out. 3 of his exes spoke out. They all live in different states. So I'm going to be playing what they had to say about him as well. Okay. So if you don't want to hear about any type of violence, grape, okay, grape. If you don't want to hear about that, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and check out I'll See You in my next video, okay? So trigger warning, but let's get into what really happened at that club, because he said that he got kicked out because people were hating on him. So let's get into what he actually said.
In the world. Oh, isn't that sweet of the plumber? He wanted to give back. But he told you guys that he got kicked out of the club because he was accused of pushing women and acting a damn fool. He even said that Rick Ross was jealous of him, which I don't believe. If y'all believe that, then y'all really some idiots. But he told you guys that story, that he got kicked out because of that. And he'll pay you guys $5,000 if you can produce a video. Well, plumber, I can't produce a video, but I can produce a phone call. Check this out. Okay, and so you guys were able to file a report on him for pushing people?
No, because we left.
Okay. Yes, I can. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I know business first. I just wanted to make you aware that Aaron Sloan was saying that you guys kicked him out because of his popularity, and he said that.
He said Rick Ross kicked him out. Then he said we did it. He's been all over the place. Nobody pays that guy no attention.
Have you seen him there before?
No, he's never been in the club.
Okay, so the woman that said that he shoved her, he did shove her, and that's what got him kicked out, not him having money in the club. Right. Okay, but as far as the pushing and shoving, you said he was doing that?
That's what we got reports of. I answered that already.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I definitely understand. I just wanted to make sure you knew and you were aware that he was saying that you guys were doing something totally opposite to what you just told me.
I am aware, but he has no relevance.
Okay, sir. I definitely understand. And if you don't mind, I would love to give a shout out to your club on my social media. So I called the club. Nobody else did that. And it would have taken you seconds. The plumber was kicked out for shoving people. They got multiple complaints that the plumber was shoving women. And then the plumber took off his shirt like he was in a wrestling match. And then the plumber got his ass kicked out. He got himself kicked out of the club. Not because Rick Ross was hating on him. Not because he was throwing money. It was because he was shoving women. And then took off his shirt like he was the Hulk. And just so you know, plumber, you're banned from that club. So if you show your face around that club, they will call the police. But hey, no one has to believe me. That's why I put the number up there so you guys can call yourself. Now, I couldn't produce the video, plumber, but that audio doesn't lie. And the fact that you were talking about domestic violence on your birthday and how you were going to give your own money to victims, you are actually doing what you're trying to support. Makes no sense. Talking about your mom being a victim, but you were pushing women. Why, plumber? What did they do to you? You guys are over here supporting a man that was pushing random women in the club. And then he takes off his shirt. Then he blames Rick Ross and says the club was hating on him. That's assault, plumber. And the only reason why they didn't call the police is because they said you left right away because you knew what was about to happen. And you knew in that same state you had priors for pimping and pandering and stealing. You know how it goes. And you know how Arizona is. So you got the hell out of there. But if you had stayed, he would have called the police. As you guys can see, the call was longer than what I let you guys hear. But I wanted you to hear my voice. And I wanted you to hear me say Aaron Sloan. Because, yeah, I said that. I sure did. I did. Because you're over here lying about who you are. And the fact that you were putting your hands on women and you're playing this victim role, you're a very dangerous person. And I let them know that you love to sue or threaten to sue. They're ready because they have the video and proof that you were putting your hands on women. That's assault, sir. So if you want to...
Now listen, I warned y'all, don't get banned. Y'all know I like to block. Somebody just got blocked. Don't get banned.
Sue someone, I did let them know that you were trying to sue me and a bunch of people. They're ready. They have the proof. So if you guys don't want to believe me, that's fine, but you are more than welcome to call. But I'm not done yet. I want to show you guys something else that really, really bothered me. He told you guys that he was doing humanitarian work with that GoFundMe money. Everybody heard it. But if you actually read his caption, he put he might do content creating. He told you guys that he may do humanitarian work or he may do content creating. Which one is it? He also said that he was going to use it for the youth. You remember that, plumber? Well, let me remind you what he said about that GoFundMe money.
But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well. When I go to this center and start advocating with them, if I could get, if I could get permission from the parents to have them on camera and speak about, some of the things that we're doing and we've been doing and working on, then I will certainly do that for you as well. And those of y'all being negative, y'all are miserable. I literally sat here and watched. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to sleep at midnight, and I seen people on the same post, the same person going back and forth with every comment. Get a life, man. Y'all are broke. That is why y'all stay broke. Get a life. Find something to do with yourself. You just did me a favor by tapping in. Thank you.
Wow. So in this video, he told you guys he was going to work with youth. And he'd get permission from the parents to post their pictures. And, oh, isn't the plumber nice? That is so sweet of him. He played y'all. He played y'all. How do you go from humanitarian work for vets and single mothers and fathers and disabled to at-risk youth, domestic violence victims? Pick a fucking lane. Pick a lane. When people are lying, they switch up the lie. They never say the same thing. They change it up. He just told you guys the money would be for youth. He told GoFundMe it would be for the vets and the single mothers and fathers and the disabled. Oh, or maybe content creating. But let me tell you the real truth. Y'all didn't see this though, did you? You Not Qualified was mad when he couldn't transfer that GoFundMe money into his account. Y'all see that, right? That's when he found out that his GoFundMe was frozen. Now, a lot of you guys will say, well, Daphne, that don't mean shit. All he did was try to transfer the money. He could have been using it to give back to the community. Oh, I figured you would say that. If you look at the bottom of it, it says, Black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Oh, wow. What does that mean? What does that mean? At the bottom of that GoFundMe post, this is what he said. Black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Because you told us you were gonna use it for humanitarian work, not your birthday, plumber. How many lies do I need to expose for y'all? Y'all love talking shit about me the past couple days and MTR. But I'm showing y'all how this motherfucker lied to y'all dumbasses. He ain't trying to help the community. He was trying to use that money for his birthday. Why was he trying to transfer the GoFundMe money into his account on his birthday and then get mad and tell GoFundMe, I can't celebrate my birthday? Because you said the money was for at-risk youth, veterans, baby mamas, baby daddies, disabled, domestic violence. Pick a fucking lie. This is why I'm mad, guys. This ain't got shit to do with the balloon shit. It has everything to do with deceiving people and lying. Let me show y'all that again, because I know some of y'all don't got your glasses on. This is the post that he made. You Not Qualified said he's mad. He tried to transfer that money into his account on his birthday and couldn't get the money. It said your transfers have been paused until we can verify your lies. Because that's what they are, lies. And then he says, black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Because you told the world it was for your humanitarian work, not your birthday, not to throw money. How many lies, guys, are y'all gonna accept before you actually see that I'm not out here to hurt people? This man is a fucking liar. That GoFundMe money was for his birthday. But you guys really think he was gonna give it to domestic violence victims that night when he was too busy pushing them? I just exposed 3 of his lies, but y'all still gonna say that I made it up. You're gonna say that I forged that little screenshot y'all saw, right? Let me show you another.
How many lies in this video though? Now that we put Ringo in here, we put her in here. Then the lie that he told MTR. I mean, how many lies do we need to catch this man in for people to see like his word is not something you can trust? I mean, how many lies? I mean, at this point, I just think people want to be stupid or dumb as fuck. I don't know which one. I don't know. But I don't like it when people play in my face. That's just something I don't like. So y'all allowing this grown ass man to play in your face, and it's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed that this man is playing in your face. You should be embarrassed because he think you dumb as fuck. Clearly, maybe he's right about that. Because how many lies do you have to catch a man in for you to believe he playing you, period? I don't get it. So let's continue though. Because I want to get into when the victims speak. Okay.
The stories, you'll understand why. Believe me, because y'all don't like me, because I'm going at a black man, right? Y'all would rather me do this to a black woman. I'm sorry, guys, but I just can't be one-sided. And I'm not going to deny that the plumber has talents. I did not judge him off of that. He could have taken the shirt route, the fitness route, and this man would have made it in life. And he would have had a proud child. But instead, he's scamming and running away from his responsibilities. Instead of throwing money in the club, he should have been throwing money into the mother of his child's bank account.
Yes, he has a child. Remember that as well. The other lie. Y'all count how many lies. How many lies are we at right now? Let's do the receipts for that. I think it starts right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say this. If I have a child out there, summon him.
Okay.
Summon him. Bring him here. Where's the mother? I haven't heard anything about anything in years. You know, if there's any kids out there that people are stating in our mind, you know, summon him and rectify that matter. Let's clear all the smoke that's out there. If there is a child out there that is mine, summon him, please. I'm a man that handles his responsibilities.
Okay, so of course, I believe you already saw this. This was the protective order that was placed against him by his baby mama. And this was in 2022. This was in Tulsa County, Oklahoma. And Abba and Preach was the one that brought forth this information. Okay. Got to give credit where credit is due. All right. This is the mother of his child. And she sent this to Daphne, Queen of Accountability. She said, hey, I'm the mother of Aaron's son. I'm only reaching out for the purpose to have him served with child support papers. Will you give me his address? This has gone on long enough. I just want this to be over with. He keeps moving, so they can never catch up with him. He was in Albuquerque, New Mexico with his mother. I don't want to go into any backstory because I'm not caring about nothing but making sure my son gets what he deserves. He questions my son, but they look identical and he knows it. He was a month old on the day when Aaron got shot, and a month later, after I doctored him, and he moved with his mom to Las Vegas and shortly was in prison for pimping bees and kidnapping a female and drugs. He served those sentences in Arizona and Texas. I was the one who picked him up from prison. Sad to say, I don't want anything to do with him. Reasons I've been quiet or silent, but I hope people protect themselves from him. He's mentally ill and lies so good to make you think he is who he dreams to be in his head. Anywho, like I said, I'm only asking for the purpose of my son. Okay, I told y'all about those charges that I saw. So it was based off of his probation violations. And it went all the way back to Osage County in Oklahoma. Okay. Then here's another receipt. I'm not sure who this is from, but it was sent to Daphne again. Hey, hope you continue to wake everyone up. You didn't lie about anything at all, and no one has painted him in a bad light. This is who he actually is, and nothing will change. I know he's located in Phoenix, Arizona. One address is his mom's, and the other is his dad's. Karma is really real. My son is great, and even better that he doesn't have that type of influence in his life. Thank you. So, okay, I'm sorry. That was the mother of his child as well. Okay, so now we are all caught up based off of how I'm angling this situation, okay? Because Daphne and some of the others, their angle is the GoFundMe. Their angle is if he has is he really a plumber? Does he really have a job? I think that's still up for debate, in my opinion. But for me, it was just mainly just the information that I found, and that this man has not changed. I just wanted that to be known, that this man has not changed. So if this man hasn't changed, then that means that the victims that are coming forward, it's believable for that reason alone. I don't believe that this man has changed at all. I don't see where in his lengthy history where he has ever truly turned his life around. It seems like he gets in trouble a lot. Like trouble tends to follow him. It just doesn't matter. So let's get into what else Daphne had to say.
Throw that money in there. Instead of throwing money in the club, throw some of that money to Oklahoma, to that $5,000 balance. But you out here acting like you are living a good life and you're reformed. You're not reformed. You're not even close. So with that being said, I want you guys to hear from the victims. And I told them they didn't have to use their real name. And I told them they did not have to cam up. Because when you hear the stories, you'll understand why. I mean, as a Black woman, listening to these women tell me and show me, I'm disgusted. I'm shocked that this person is not off the street. But when you move from state to state to state, y'all think he's moving because he's famous? I can't go into Walmart and I can't go in there because everybody knows I'm the balloon guy. No, you can't go into those places because the cops is on your ass. Keep it real, plumber. Quit playing with us. We know why. You're not that famous, bruh. You are not that famous. You can go into Walmart. You can go into the Dollar Tree. You ain't that big. You never been. Stop the cap. You know who's really looking for you. You know, but you keep changing your number and changing your addresses. We know what it is, but guess what? Eventually, you're going to have to come to the light, plumber. When is it going to be? When your child is 20? When your child is 30? When are you going to man up? So with that being said, who do we have first that's going to be speaking? Go ahead, hon. Is it Trust No One?
Now, wait. Ladies, now before these women come on in chat box, please show compassion, okay? Because once these women start talking, it was dangerous for them to speak out and say anything at all. It was dangerous for them to warn the public and other women at all. So please keep that in mind as you're listening to these stories. Maybe I'll come back and do a separate video about some of the things that we could look out for as women, but it just won't be in this video. I just need you to listen and I need you to show compassion, okay? That's all I'm asking. but I just wanted their voices to truly be heard on a bigger platform. And I wanted Queen of Accountability to get credit for all the work that she did behind this situation as well, because it is serious and you will see how serious it is. So please, no disrespect. I will be blocking you if I see the disrespect. I'm just asking for you to show compassion. Okay. That's all I'm asking.
Take yourself off mute, honey. To the light, Palmer. When is the...
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Trust no one. I want to say again, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me your time. You could have gave it to any other page bigger than me. But I want to say thank you guys so much for giving me your time. And when you are ready, they're ready to hear you, hon. Go ahead.
So I dated the plumber last year from June 26th of 2023 through August 18th of 2023. We met on a dating website, and he's a very good talker. I will give him that. We dated, we hit things off. There was a lot of red flags as far as him wanting to track locations. He never really held a steady job at all. And I was the one that would work every single day. And I was the one basically like helping him. He never had no money to ever pay any bills, rent, none of that. He would constantly complain at these jobs that he would attend that either, employees were treating him badly or he pulled a racism card. So then it was, the first reaction is, oh, let me go file a complaint with the EEOC. And then he would constantly post as if it's a flex to constantly sue his employers. Now, throughout this time of me dating him, he would constantly accuse me of cheating. He would constantly come up to my job. Even my coworkers thought it was a little bit weird. He would constantly want to drive my vehicle because his vehicle that he drives is an older style vehicle that does not have AC. It is an older car that, I mean, all of the victims that I have spoke with as well, we all have our own homes. We have a good job, and we all drive nice cars, and we're all single mothers. So I don't know if that's what he targets or that's the specific type that he goes for. But I am also a Hispanic single mother. I'm the oldest of all of the victims that I've spoke with. I'm 37. He lied about his age as well. There had been a couple instances where he had accused my son of stealing a blunt wrap, went berserk and just started to go off. Like his whole demeanor changed. And just all in all, within these 2 months, that not even a solid 2 months that I dated the plumber, I lost my job because of him. He vandalized my vehicle 4 different times. I had to file restraining orders. I have probably more than 15 to 20 police reports with the local police department for harassment. He broke into my home, vandalized my whole home. It's about $10,000 worth of damage that he did to my vehicle. I mean, to my home. My vehicle as well. It was vandalized 4 different times on separate occasions from October to December. I've made numerous reports. It didn't stop. He was texting me from a Text Now app because I had met his father on August 18th, and this is where everything went left. When I went to go meet his father, I started to notice he's a very lightweight drinker. So upon me going to meet his dad, I started to notice that there was a difference in even how he spoke. He wasn't the same person around his father versus when it was just me and him. So that night, even his father kept bringing up, well, how would you feel if A2 did this? How would you feel if A? And I kept questioning myself, like, who is A2? And then his father had went on to let me know, oh, yeah, he didn't tell you he has a son. And I'm sitting there questioning myself because he came in the relationship knowing that I have a son. Now, mind you, my son is 13 years old. He knew that me and my son's father did not talk, and I provide for my son, and I have my son 24/7. So for me to be with someone who is not taking care of their responsibilities makes me look like a hypocrite. And myself, just in my own opinion, every lady probably has a different opinion. I can't be with a guy who is not going to provide for their own child, because that's the whole reason why me and my son's father don't talk, is because he does not provide for my son. I have to do everything myself. Now, after this had happened and I found out that he had a kid, he then went on to say that it could be his father's or his. Now, if that's the case, whatever, that's not my business. I was mad at the fact that he had a kid in general, because why would you lie to me about that? That's just something I didn't like. He would always get mad, and the same with one of the victims. When he would be at the gym, he would tell me, oh, I know when you're in the bathroom, I know when you're in the kitchen, because I'm able to see like your location from there. When I would be at work, he would constantly tell me, how come your location never moves? Now, mind you, in my role that I played in my employer, I had an office, the restroom is right next to it, and my boss's office is right next door, so I don't take my phone with me everywhere. Also, when I would speak with the owner, I don't take my phone up there all the time. I leave my phone at my desk. That became an issue, and that became a daily argument as to, oh, I'm cheating. And if I even came outside of my job laughing, oh, you're probably, messing with those guys, and oh, you're just a whore, and that's why they're buying you stuff, and just outrageous allegations. Like, I'm grown, and I'm not on that level to even be playing those type of games, especially having a son, as I have to be a role model for him. Now, when I meet his dad, I'm starting to notice that there's a lot of like similarities. He had always said that he did not like his father because his father acted as if he was God and that he could be not touched. Now, when he says that, that is a quote that's stuck in my head, because after he said that, and after I went through everything that I went through with the plumber, he is very much like his father, acting as if he is God and as if he is untouchable. That night, things went left. I told him, I can't be in this relationship. I cannot do it no more. I didn't act out of character, none of that. I just said, you know what? I'm going to step outside. Told the plumber, hey, if you want to come outside, I'm leaving. That's it. Waited outside in my car for about 5-10 minutes. I'm texting him, calling. He's not answering. So at this point, I'm in a location where I don't know the area at all. It's one-way streets. I don't know where I'm at. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going home. As I'm going to go home, I get lost. And he's calling me and he's like, why would you leave me? And then his dad is in the background telling the plumber, oh, she's real disrespectful. She's going to pay for that. And I'm just like sitting there like, why do you even let anybody in our business? Because I'm the type of female that I don't allow my family to get in our personal relationship. I don't allow others to, get into that. That's my relationship, and nobody else is going to hear about it besides myself and my significant other. Now, when I go to leave, he's still tracking my location, and mind you, I'm not even 2 minutes from where we were originally at. I get lost. My GPS is telling me like make a turn, and then by the time I get to the next like street I can turn on, it's a one-way, so I have to go up one more and come up, make a U-turn. He's tracking me. He's like, you better get your ass over here, you better not have left me at my dad's, and that's fucked up, this and this and that. So I'm coming down this street because, like I said, I'm lost. I don't know the area. I wasn't even gone 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And I'm coming up this street and he's literally on the corner. That's how you can tell he's tracking your location. So he's got this big duffel bag, and he's like, why the fuck would you leave me at my dad's house? Just yelling, just, like very, very irate. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Like, I can't do this.
I'm going to pause it right there. In her story, she's saying that the father is co-signing. And, it's interesting because remember in his interview with MTR, he said that, oh, like, my mom poisoned my head with lies, right? And then he's like, oh, but I don't speak to my dad though. I only speak to my mom. So I'm just like, okay, your mother poisoned your head, but you don't speak to your father. You're an adult. So I think that they are very similar. They probably don't get along, or they butt heads a lot. So they probably be in and out with each other a lot. And it seems like it's because they're a lot alike. So it's interesting how that's coming full circle as well through her story. So let's continue.
And he's just like, take me back to my dad's house. Like, I need to drop something off. And I'm sitting there like, what do you need to drop off? He's like, there's something in the trunk. And I'm just like sitting there like, I don't want to go back over there. I didn't want anything to do with that. He's arguing the whole time. So at this point, he's just like, just take me to a gas station and I'm just going to get a blunt, right? I just need to smoke. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So we get on the freeway and I get off on the first exit. As soon as we get to the gas station, a phone notification goes off. It's my son. Now, of course, I'm going to check it. So my phone is in there's a little like pocket in my door piece. So it's there. And he is basically like, who keeps texting you? And I'm like, it's my son. And he's just like, oh, so this is why you left, because your son's rushing you home? And I'm like, No, but it is late, and it is also my mom's birthday. Like I told you, I didn't want to be here that long. I basically missed my mom's birthday to come and meet your dad, and that just turned into a shit show. And like I found out stuff about you that I had no idea about you. Like I didn't know that he had a criminal history, none of that, because he played a gym rat and he's a very good talker. I never knew how I knew that he had this criminal background and all of this other stuff. I wish there was someone that would have warned me prior to me dating this guy, because I would have never brought him around my son ever, because he also plays very well around kids. He would constantly tell my son, hey, if you want to go to the gym with me, you're more than welcome. You know, he had brought his brother over here to my house. Now, again, I didn't know how old his brother was. That's not my concern. I'm not that kid's mother. So what they do on their time, that's on them. I also got questioned by his dad. Why would you allow my son over there, you know, to smoke with his brother? And I'm like, I'm not his mom. And he's like, do you have a son? Yes, I do have a son. How would you feel if your son was smoking with the plumber? And I said, well, first off, my son doesn't smoke and I wouldn't allow that. Yes, I would be mad, but I'm very open with my son and my son tells me everything. So I completely understand where you're coming from, but I apologize. And I didn't know like the age your son, you know, looks a lot older. So I go back, we're at the gas station, and this is where he's literally like not even an inch from my ear. He snatches my phone from my door of the car. He's in the passenger seat. He screams in my ear, bitch, you got a whole ass kid. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, but you knew that. I never once hid that I had a son. And I'm not going to continue to be with somebody that has a child and is not providing for them. And second off, if you don't know if that's your child or not, demand a DNA test, because you know how easy that is. You can go to wherever the mother of this child is and request a DNA test. Demand it. And guess what? She's going to be subpoenaed and she's going to have to do it. So that was another red flag. Why haven't you done that? Like, if you really want to be in a child's life, because that was another thing he would always mention, I want my own family, I want us to get married, this and this. And I was like, you know, that's too soon. It's way too soon. So that night, as soon as he got in my ear and screamed, I just got like this really bad vibe energy that he's gonna do something. And at this point, I didn't even care about my phone. I just wanted to get home to my son, grab my son and my dog, and like give him his space. He had knew I didn't want to date him anymore. Now, mind you, I go home, grab my son, grab my dog, and we leave. And by that time, he's calling my son. So my son doesn't know, obviously, that my phone is stolen. So he picks up the phone automatically and he's thinking like, hey, mom, like, are you almost home? And he notices that it's the plumber. And so I'm having to pull over in this area where I'm at because I don't know how to get out of there. And it's a ghetto neighborhood. So I'm pulling over and I'm rolling down my window and I'm asking everybody like, hey, how do I get out of here? Like, how do I get back to the freeway? And I'm nervous too, because the neighborhood is not a good area. Like it has a lot of, you know, drug addicts around there. That area is known for, you know, people just getting shot up at. The car that I drive is all blacked out. So me pulling up to just random people probably just looks suspicious in itself. I'm pulling over. I probably asked about 5 different people because I kept getting lost and I felt like I was just going in circles. I'm telling them I need to get out of here. Like I need to get back to the freeway and I need to get home to my son. But finally, I find a guy and he's like, you need to get like, you're going to follow the street all the way down. You're going to take a left. And then once you take that left, you'll get onto a main street. Now, mind you, I also have an Apple Watch, but because I was so far from my phone, I couldn't even call anybody for help. I didn't think to call or pull over anywhere to call 911, none of that, because in the moment, I had to get home to my son just because of how I seen that he was. Now, when I get home, I pack a bag for my son and I drop off my dog to my mom's house. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to give him his time to cool off. I don't want him coming back to my house. So I go to stay at a hotel. At this time, he is still texting my son's phone back to back. And it's almost 3 a.m. by the time that we get checked in. Then by the time we get checked into the hotel, he literally texts my son's phone and he's like, oh, you guys decided to stay, you know, at XYZ hotel. And I'm like, how would he know that? Like, does he have like a GPS tracker on my car? Because obviously he has my phone. So there's no way he's tracking my location from my phone because he has it.
And remember in the MTR video, he didn't say, oh, I'm in the other ex, because this is a different ex. Okay, we're going to get into the ex that spoke out on TikTok. She's up next. But remember in the MTR video where he openly admitted to putting a device in her car. And at first he said tracking. And I thought that was such an interesting choice in word to use if you just threw your other phone in the back of her car, and then you turned on the I guess like the tracking on the phone. But no, like he was actually tracking her, and it wasn't just the phone that he's used. So he's used other devices, is what I'm wanting to bring to the forefront. He has used other devices, and it came out of his mouth because he slipped up and he said it. So keep that in mind as well. A lot, if you're putting all the pieces together, you'll see, okay, what she's saying is adding up to what he slipped up and said.
And then, so the first thing, like, I call an officer and they're like, maybe he has like an air tag or anything. I didn't know how to look for any of that. And at this time, I'm just exhausted. I'm like, you know what? I'll just give him his cool off period. We start to try to look for food to eat. And I was going to order DoorDash for my son and I because we were hungry. And I was like, let's just get some food and get some rest and we'll just go home tomorrow. He had one of those little like storage containers from Walmart that had like a couple of his clothes here. And so I was just thinking, okay, he can get his stuff later and that will be that. In my head, okay, yes, he got a little irate yesterday, but I didn't know the severity and what he was capable of. So then we check out and he's like, I need that duffel bag. I need that duffel bag. And I'm sitting there like, I don't want anything to do with this duffel bag. I don't know what this duffel bag has in it, but he also did state that that his fingerprints are on it. It could lead to something bigger. Now, mind you, I don't want to be driving around with this duffel bag in my vehicle because I have my son in the car and who knows what that duffel bag has in it.
I'm going to stop her again. So back to the tracking device. We're going to get back to the duffel bag, but back to the tracking device because people want receipts. So people like the gaslight. So let's play this again.
The other phone is my personal phone. I did leave the phone. I'm trying to answer this without sounding like a creep. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because they're gonna crucify me. So don't think nothing. But I had another phone. Okay, I did plumbing services with this phone. The location was on this phone. Now I'm in and out of her car all the time. I did know that the location was on the phone. Yeah, I always got location on both of my phones. But that's how I was finding out she was driving around too. Yeah.
So she's not lying. There was a phone in the car that tracked where she was.
The phone. That's why I was having a hard time answering this. She's trying to make it seem like I just got up, threw the phone. No, I had my tracker on. I had my GPS on there. And I remember we had an argument about me leaving the phone in there. Yes. Okay. With the GPS tracker on there. She said, yeah. And I lied. Okay, yes. Okay, I lied. I lied to her. I told her I did an airdrop and left the phone in there, but I didn't. I don't even know how to do an airdrop. But honestly, yes, the phone location, my location was on. I know she was cheating on me and stuff, so I did. If it sounds crazy, then fuck it, man. Whatever.
Yep, lying hard.
And I could get pulled over and I could get arrested for whatever is in there. I leave, I come home, I call the police immediately, and I tell them, there's this duffel bag. I don't know what it has in it. I don't want to touch it at all. I don't want nothing to do with it. Then it literally takes them hours to get out to my house. By the time I get to my house, I noticed that my patio is open and my door is open. So I instantly knew that something was wrong. As soon as I walk into my house is trashed. There is groceries thrown everywhere. My TVs are all broke. There's literally like eggs thrown everywhere, stuff all over my floor. Literally everything is damaged. We walk into my son's room. He stole my son's Xbox. He stole my son's monitor, stole my son's Cash App card, stole all of his colognes. My door had been broken down. He stole all of my shoes, all my perfumes, all my lotions. Everything that basically had a value. I had a TV mount that is like movable. I'm assuming they couldn't get my TV off of the mount because they tipped it forward and then like shattered my screen. Now, when they're doing this, I knew that he had brought other people because I had followed back once before we went to the hotel, and it just so happened that he had had his dad with him and another person, and then there's a white van. Well, on my Ring camera, my friend happens to show up around midnight because she knew that something was wrong. Now, I don't have my phone, so I don't have a way to contact nobody. She ends up on my Ring camera, and my son has access to my Ring camera, so he's already looking, and he's like, Mom, like, you know, she's at the house. She's talking to him through my Ring camera. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, like she knows something is wrong. And she's literally like asking him, I just want, you know, her son, is her son okay? And he was like, you know, that little nigga ain't here. And she's telling him, well, okay, well, can I get her phone? And he's like, no, this bitch is a fucking cheater. She's a fucking whore, this and this and that. And she's just like, okay, I don't care about any of that. Like, just give me her phone and I will leave. And he was like, no. And she was just like, I instantly like knew like he's not going to give me the phone. She's like, so at this point, I'm walking back to the car. He follows her to her car. And at this point, while she's getting in her car, she was like, he's literally already knocking at my window and he's telling her, like, roll it down. As she goes to roll down the window, he's telling her, and if anybody's got problem, we got poles. So she was like, girl, like, I don't know why. She's like, but I instantly just like got fear. And I don't know why I didn't call 911 either. Like, I was in shock and I just wanted to get out of there. She's like, I just wanted to make sure that your son wasn't there and that you guys were not there. And she was like, but you can tell there was multiple people in there because you can hear them in the background. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I come home the next day and my house is trashed. My parents come over, my nephews come over. Again, we're having to wait for the officer to get out here. The officer gets out here. He literally sees all the damage that's done. My house is not livable at this point. He cuts my garbage disposal in my kitchen. He cuts one of like the, I guess you would call it like a tube in the master bathroom. We have 2 bathrooms and it's 3 bedrooms. He cut the tube so the water in my master bathroom would just drain onto everything. So everything was messed up. So like, and then he ended up leaving my shower water running in my master bathroom. He pulled the internet cord from my son's room, so we didn't have internet. He stole or damaged all of our TVs in my spare bedroom. Everything was messed up. The washer and dryer had been cut, so we weren't able to do any laundry. They urinated on all of my stuff. The 10 to 15 outfits that he left, now mind you, I have a big walk-in closet. He and the other people that were in my home, they urinated on my Cow King mattress. They urinated all over my clothes. They put laundry detergent in my dog's food. They ended up urinating on my couch. Everything, like everything that you can think of, you know, how your house can be livable was all damaged.
Hey, trust no one. Trust
Yes.
no one. Sorry to interrupt you. Just take one break. I just wanted to say something. You guys, I opened the chat not for her to be disrespected. So if you come on this podcast running your mouth, you will be banned. I don't have time. I find it funny how everybody in the chat is saying, where's the video? Where's the pictures? But he shows you one picture. You haven't seen any videos of humanitarian work. You haven't seen any pictures of him being fired. And y'all not going, hold on, trust no one. Hold on. Because I'm not going to let nobody disrespect any of the ladies on this panel. It's funny how y'all want all this evidence, which I'm going to show you. That's why some of y'all need to shut the fuck up and wait. I just find it funny how when women are telling their side, y'all don't believe them, but y'all believe everything that the liar told you guys. Even though I just showed half of y'all the proof, you still have people in the chat saying that I took an L. I just fucking showed y'all how the GoFundMe money was for his birthday, and y'all still don't believe me. I'm showing you how he showed you the same kid and 2 pictures, and y'all still don't believe me. I showed you guys how he still owes $5 grand in Oklahoma, and y'all still don't believe me. I'm showing y'all all the receipts, and y'all blind as a fucking bat. But what you will not do is come on this panel and grill these women when you didn't even do that shit to the plumber. Let the women speak, and I will produce the receipts. If you guys can accept that, get the fuck off my show. I don't have time for y'all evilness. It ain't gonna be here on this one. On this panel, I'm watching. I just find it odd how you guys are down her throat and she's telling you about something that is so uncomfortable for her. And you idiots are over here drilling her. But when I heard the plumber going on his YouTube tour, y'all motherfuckers, yes, King. Yes, King. Keep going, King. King. Y'all didn't ask the King for no receipts, right? But I'm showing y'all the receipts and y'all still blind. So I will say this one more time. Disrespect will get you banned. I don't have time to be going back and forth with you trolls and idiots. Have some fucking compassion. Trust no one. I'm sorry, but I was looking at the comments and I'm getting upset.
No,
go ahead,
fine.
I might just disable the chat again.
So anybody that is asking, where is the Ring camera footage? So that's another thing that he stole. He did still, he took the Ring camera off of my thing. And it wasn't until multiple police reports were filed until I had, because it wasn't the same officer each time, obviously. So each time a police report was filed, I would get a different response from each officer. Now, mind you, I do have multiple police reports. Queen of Accountability has all of that. And yes, there was pictures documented for every single item. When the officer did a walkthrough, I also had to do a walkthrough through my house. And I had to do item by item.
Trust no one. Hold on, baby. Because if you don't mind, can I go ahead and show them the video? Because a lot of them, you know, they doubt us. They doubt me because they don't like me. A lot of these people are coming from other pages that praise the plumber.
That's fine. I have all
Don't worry. I have to any of my moderators. If you see anybody disrespecting, just go ahead and ban them. Get them the fuck out of here. Because on my podcast, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with angry people who believe strangers online. So trust no one. Let me find your video and I'll go ahead and show it, and then you can continue what you were saying. Hold on, let me find it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Forgive me for that. I got real mad, girl, because I ain't got no time for that. Okay, it is. I know I put it in here. Okay, here we go. You can still talk while it's going on.
So this is the master bedroom. So this is the TV that he took off of my spare bedroom. Now this is my spare. I mean, this is the master bathroom, which I keep full of expensive perfumes. That's his blood still on my mirror that I cannot get off. If anybody has a remedy or a way to get blood off, this is the damage. He cut my tubing. He stole everything from underneath there. Literally Febreze. That's how petty he was. He stole my Febreze. He stole all of my cleaning products. And yes, he was posting me on TikTok. This is after I filed the restraining order. So yes, I did take all the proper steps. I was filing and telling them, hey, like,
hold on, videos. Guys, if you're looking at the photos, at the end of this video, you will see a plethora of police reports. I called every one of those cars and verified. Order. Hold on, honey. I called everyone, and there's the police report right there. So all the idiots who think he's lying, the restraining order. And then I think the police reports come at the end, all the cards and police numbers and all that. And this was the email about your garbage disposal that he took apart. Because, you know, he's a plumber. So I know you didn't do it, but okay.
Yeah.
And hold on, honey. And then what is this?
So I was in anxiety classes, and when this happened, my anxiety just happened to trigger way worse because my social anxiety got very bad to the point where I could not leave my house because I was so paranoid because he was sending.
There are the police guys. Hold on, honey.
And that's not even all of them.
I know that's not all. I wanted to give them at least 7. I think 7 examples should be enough for these idiots, right? Because a lot of them don't believe you. I think that's 7 examples right there for you guys. So all those people that doubted this woman, please give her an apology. There's 7 examples. Do you honestly think the plumber is going to come back out there when he knows what's on him? Go ahead, boo. We got him.
Yeah,
go ahead, boo.
So after all of this stuff being stolen, there was multiple police reports. I did take the proper steps. I did speak with like legal advisors as to what I should do because it was not only my home that was vandalized, he also vandalized my car. And what's sad is because, so upon him stealing my phone, he had access to my banking information, my Amazon, and my DoorDash. Now, when he accessed my phone, he ran up my bank over $3,000. He tried to DoorDash alcohol in the amounts of $197 3 times. So I logged in from my son's phone, and I was like, why can't we order food? It was declining my card, and the money was on there. And I kept saying, like, why is it not letting us order food? So that was like a red flag, like, but I didn't think anything of it because at this time we're still at the hotel. And so the next day, you know, I'm starting to realize, you know, everything coming together. It's him. He was gaining access, and you guys see how that notification living room. I had to install a high-grade, expensive security voice home system that has sensors on every single window, every single door. I have more than 10 cameras installed all around my house, all around my car, around every single place in my home. So as soon as a sensor is messed with by my car or anything, all I have to do is get a notification. If I think that it is suspicious, I push one button and the local PD is alerted, because I have had so many police officers out to my house. They have seen the harassment. They've seen the text messages that he sent from this text now app. Because when I first met this guy, now mind you, I don't give my real number to people when I first meet them. This is how he had the text now number for anybody that's thinking, well, how did he get a hold of you if he stole your phone? I also have the proof that I had to buy a new phone the very next day, which I also sent Queen of Accountability, because he stole my phone. He hacked my iCloud. So the next day, even after me going to purchase another iPhone, I could not get into my iCloud because he had hacked that. mind you. So I'm buying the phone, and then people, like, as I'm trying to log into my social medias, it's not letting me. I got logged into one of my social medias, and people are starting to tell me, like, girl, like, what happened? And they're starting to send me like the videos of what he's posted. Now on my watch, the store that I go to buy the new phone, they're like, you're gonna have to blacklist your phone, because until you blacklist your phone, he will still be able to access all of your social media, all of your accounts, banking, emails, all of that, all your social media. Now, when he stole my phone, it was basically like this manic rampage that he went on. Because I broke up with him, he stole my phone, texted every single person in my contacts. Now, he texted the owner where I work, and I had been at this job for 5 years. I made good money. So this little sob story that he's telling you guys about, oh, somebody kept calling his job, and oh, I lost my job, and oh, like, I could probably never do this again, and oh my God, that's my story. That's what the fuck he did to me. I lost my job of 5 years. That was my fucking career that he fucking deprived of me and stole from me and my son, talking about, oh, he does community work for children and youth. Bitch, no, you steal from kids too, because I wasn't the only one that he stole from. And not only did he steal materialistic stuff, I'm grateful to God that my first instinct was to come and pick up me and my son, because had he did something to my son, I would have been in jail. Had he damaged my son. But seeing my son walk into that room and seeing the damage that I allowed someone into my home, and you not only stole materialistic type stuff, which is replaceable, you took our peace of mind. And that's something that still, here I am. This happened back in August. We're now going into July, and I still have to deal with this stuff. I just had to still file a report on him back in May of this year. Queen of Accountability also has that, because he does not stop.
Okay, trust no one. Hold on. Take a deep breath while I talk a little bit for you. So, guys, I've played that video for a lot of you guys about maybe 3 or 4 times.
That's real emotion. That's real emotion. That's why I said, can you please have some compassion? That's real emotion. Okay. I said trigger warning because if you think this is bad, it gets worse. So if you're not in a good place to handle it, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and leave, and I'll catch you in my next live, because it gets worse. Okay. Each story. So I'm going to continue, because I got to get through this, because again, I want these women's voices to be heard. And I do. I have the larger platform. Okay. So the only thing that I ask is that if there were any YouTubers mentioned in this video, can you go to their channel? I'll have a link afterwards. And all I'm asking is for you to like a video, give them some engagement, tell them Yoni sent me, let them know. Okay. Now let's try to get through this, because that's real emotion. Okay. I was so angry last night. I had to actually calm down before I could even do this video. I was very upset last night, listening to these women tell their stories. So let's go ahead and continue.
And there are still people in the comments doubting this woman. Shout out to Abba and Preach, who know real cries and real pain, because a lot of the receipts that she sent me, I didn't want to show on YouTube for a reason, but she gave me permission. After this show, I will post the stuff that I'm not showing you guys right now on the live. But I want you guys to know that somebody said earlier, anyone can file a police report. That is very true. Someone filed one on me, and it was all inaccurate. But when you see the damage to this woman's place, you guys can easily look up those numbers online. And they don't lie. It was for all the damage that the plumber did, taking apart her sink, making her have to pay for all this on her own. I guess she did that on her own too. Peed on her stuff and tore up her stuff.
Presburger, that plumber, he can get out of here. That's Presburger. That's the plumber.
Hold on, honey. Hold on 1 second, hon. And no matter how much proof I show you guys, y'all still gonna doubt me because you don't like me. And when this is over, I will reiterate my proof to you guys again, because I know a lot of you guys don't believe what you see, and that's fine. But don't sit up here and ask her for police reports and proof, and she's showing you. She even showed you a restraining order from October of 2023. But remember, he's doing humanitarian work, right? He out there being a good citizen, and he's reformed. But he had a restraining order, and I made sure you guys saw his name in that order, and it was stamped by a judge. But y'all don't believe that either, right? Because everything is made up, right? At the end of the day, I know what she's saying is true. I verified it. I spoke to people. So I don't post fake stuff. That's not me. I don't care what you guys think, but trust no one. When you're ready, you can continue, and I'll show the evidence again for those coming in. Go ahead.
And so for that person, Pressburger, I know that that's you, Plumber. I am not no drug addict, so let's get that clear. I do not do drugs, mind you. This job that I work at, we can randomly be drug tested.
Hold on. Who is he? Hold on.
Anti-hyena.
If hold on. Plumber, if you can't be a man and let her tell her side, you did the YouTube tour for about what, 2 weeks?
Exactly, and he's complaining about another man's shoes that he's still posting in his little cop videos that he's sending to all the exes. They all got that same picture, and you still flexing my ex's shoes, ain't you?
Oh wow. Okay, go ahead, trust no one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you want to talk about shoes because you a bum and can't afford to buy your own? Yeah. So that's how weird he is too. Let's talk about the shoes. Who in here has had a person just be like, you know what? Let me just go look in this person's spare bedroom and let me just see what I can dig up. Even though I know she's at work and she goes to work and she comes home every single day. She does for her son. She cooks, she cleans, she does laundry, she does all of that. Let me go see what I can investigate. Now, mind you, my nephew, who was living with me in February of last year, he was living with me. There was some issues going on. I'm not going to go too personal into that because that has nothing to do with that. But he was living with me. So yes, there were a couple of his items that he had left here upon leaving to go live back with his friend. So my spare bedroom was basically just kept for like my son. My son is a shoe addict. He keeps all of his shoes in the spare bedroom and then he has some in his room. Now, I'm at work one day, the plumber texts me, hey, what size shoes does your son wear? And I'm thinking, okay, that's a random question. So then I'm like, you know, at that time, he was like a 7.5. He's grown a lot in the past 6 months. So at this time, I'm like, he's a 7.5. I guess it just varies on shoe. I'm not thinking anything. So he's like, so why is there a size 11 shoe in here? At this time, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably one of my nephews, like nothing big, right? So I'm just like, I don't know, it's probably one of my nephews, like shoes, you know, he left a couple of his stuff, you know, there, like I didn't care. And probably, you know, like when I see him again, he can come back, but I'm not just going to dispose of his stuff. That's my nephew. And so I get home or whatever, and I see the shoes, and I'm not going to lie, I'm like, oh man, those are my ex's shoes. But I was like, whatever, I'm not even going to say anything because that's just going to cause a huge argument. Even after we break up, tell me how he reaches out to my ex on TikTok and is like, hey, she lied and she said that these were her son's shoes, and now she's got me walking around in another man's shoes, this and this and that. And now, mind you, my ex even sent me the messages, and I know it was the exes. We all have like a talk, but so my ex had texted me on TikTok, and he was like, "Hey, like, what did you do to this guy? Like, he's crazy. He's been calling me. He's been crying. He's telling me about that you let him wear my shoes." And I said, first off, like, I didn't know that they were yours, and if he's really making a big deal over some shoes, like, that's just crazy. Like, if it was such a big deal, why does he keep wearing them? He could have simply thrown them in the garbage, and that would have been that. I'm not going to be flossing no other girl's clothing. Like, that's just weird to me. And he was just like, he's weird. Like, he's even trying to come out here to Texas to hang out with him and his girl. And I was like, what? That's just crazy. And I can send Queen of Accountability. I think that's one thing I didn't send to you, but I do still have the thread. And he was trying to hang out with my ex, who resides in Texas now. And he was just like, he calls me crying every single day about you. He's like, that nigga's hella weird. Like, and I'm just like, why would he contact you? And how would he even find you? Because I didn't even have like his number. Because like I said, I didn't have anything to hide. So upon him defaming my character and sending, I don't know if you want to show the audio, Queen of Accountability. So this is a video that he sent to all of my coworkers. Okay. It got sent to all of my family and friends.
Okay, so hold on, hon. Okay. So this evidence is what he sent me, is the plumber, and this was what he sent to you, correct? Trust no one?
This is what he sent to the owner of where I work, my boss, my coworkers, family, and friends.
Okay, let me go ahead and play this for you guys, and I'm sure he'll tell you that this is not his voice, but here we go.
Thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit, but the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, got me thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit, but the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work,
So that was him. We all know his voice. You heard him say, you think I need mental help. So he's even admitting that he needs it, but he doesn't want it. Let me play it for y'all one more time, because I know some of y'all might have to clean your ears a little bit. Let me play it again.
Thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit, but the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, got me thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit, but the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work,
Wow, he sounds like a very nice, upstanding humanitarian that's out there changing lives.
Yeah.
Right, chat? Hold on, trust no one. Right, chat? This man sounds like he goes to church, he reads the Bible. He's a great example for the at-risk youth. Go ahead, trust no one.
Yeah, E37 Entertainment. You're funny. Catching the plumber seed. I do not want to have no demon babies, so no, that's real funny though.
Hold on, should I play anything from? Should I also play the NTR interview?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I forgot to do, and I'm sorry about that, boo.
Nope, that's
so
fine.
We know that he did. This is what I wanted to say too. We know that the plumber did that 5-hour live with MTR, and a lot of you guys said, "Why would he do a 5-hour live? He was kissing his butt." But when you do a live with someone, it's right there. It's raw, right? It's not edited. It's right there. And when
she's about to give credit to MTR, and to be honest, I'm still not rocking with MTR. And the reason is because, from my vantage point, it came across like he was clout chasing, and he was trying to uphold red pill views. And if it wasn't this extreme, he would still be covering for him to make him look good and to please his audience, which is why I don't rock with MTR at all. And to be honest, he's fucked himself because his audience is split 50-50 now. So what side will he choose? Will he choose the side where he goes with the men that have integrity and they see like, oh, this is wrong? Or will he side with the red pill, the extremist red pill, and choose the side that's like, no, we're going to have this brother's back any means necessary because he's simply a black man and I'm a red pill alpha? We will see which decision MTR will make. But in my opinion, he has completely fucked himself. And honestly, like, his lesson in all of this is that his ideology has placed him in this position because he hates women so much that now it has put him in a trick bag. And now his back is up against the wall. People are turning on him. His own following is turning on him. So it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do. So I'm still not rocking with MTR for that very reason. And hopefully he does some healing, some therapy, something, because his biasness is what put him in this position. Okay, so they go over that. We already went over that. Let's see what this is.
Right? It sounds like a mixtape, right? I did, but I didn't, but I did. But remember, he slandered this person and called them a 304 and a hoe, right? All this bad stuff he was saying about this person. And then he had to go back and admit that he was stalking. So when y'all see all these reports and things like that, how can y'all still not believe this woman when he just lied to y'all idiots in your face? But you know, y'all still gonna praise him. Y'all gonna say that MTR forced him to tell the truth or forced him to say that, right? For views and likes. Real people that know how to read people will say he's a liar, and he does that by trade. So he might be a journeyman, but if lying had degrees, he has a PhD in lying. Just like he lied to y'all. So y'all really believe this man is out there doing humanitarian work and doesn't know how, to admit to tracking someone? Oh, I had a phone, but I didn't have a phone. I had a plumbing phone, and then the airdrop. Come on, plumber. Come on. You know how to get in front of a camera and make your titty shake, but you're telling me you don't know how to admit to tracking someone and stalking? Okay, hold on, boo.
Well, wait,
hold on, because I want to make sure. Remember, we have to make sure we get through everybody. But before you continue, I again want to give a shout out to not only MTR, but I want to give a shout out to Abba and Preach. I think they were one of the first ones that called bullshit. Because the way I do business is I like to wait and do investigative work. I don't just like to go on and find, court cases and things like that. I like to go deeper and do things that people are not doing, like calling clubs and actually investigate. But Abba and Preach, I want to give them a chance to ask you a question. Okay, I want to move on to the next person. And again, I did show her receipts of the damage that he did. And you guys are asking why they haven't arrested him yet. You have to be there to be arrested. When someone is moving from state to state to state to motherfucking state, what y'all want them to do? He has to be there. So what you guys are not understanding, he's avoiding certain states because he knows they're looking for him. And to those who are new to my podcast, I'm naturally loud. So nobody hurt me. I'm married. I'm happy. I'm just a loud motherfucker. So if that's too much for you, you are more than welcome to kick rocks. But I'm loud and passionate about the truth. So to those who are just meeting me, turn your volume down because I might get louder. That's just who I am. And I'm not changing for none of you motherfuckers. So if I'm too loud for you, then that's a you problem. So I want to move on to the next lady. Who's up next?
Okay. So that would be me. I was just going to keep it a secret, but everybody has seen my videos. My videos have been used in Abba and Preach and in MTR's videos. So I am the one that originally put out the story.
Yep, I just showed that. Yep, go ahead, hon. I'm sorry. So I kind of showed it too prematurely, didn't I? I'm sorry about that. But go ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead,
I put out the story because as soon as I seen him, I was triggered. I had finally got away from him. I had finally stopped getting messages from text-free numbers and phone calls. And as soon as I see him, it was like my heart dropped. And it was because I'm like, wow, he's still out there and he's going to hurt another girl. And even though he did not put his hands on me, it was very mentally abusive. So again, just to reiterate the story, we did meet online, you know, and he was from another state that I was. And then he said, oh, I was just down there. I have a friend down there. I might go down there again this weekend. I said, okay, well, we can have dinner. He did come. You know, we had a really, really good conversation. He's a very smooth talker. He is very intelligent. I will give him that. But I got attached and I was like, you know what? I don't want you to go to your friend's house because he went down the rabbit hole and he's doing things that you shouldn't really be involved in. So just stay. That is just kind of how it happened. Now, he did meet my parents. And then the first red flag was he started to distance himself, but he kind of wanted to distance me from my parents as well. And I go over to my parents a lot. I've been single for like 5 years, and apart from the father of my kids, he did spread false rumors stating that I had lost custody. No, I didn't. I do have 50-50 custody with the father of the kids because I'm active and the father is active, you know, and a lot of people don't have that. And I appreciate that I have that. So he started to post my kids. He posted a picture of me and the kids, and that really upset me. So the second red flag was also that he started to pop up at my job. And he would always know when I was outside. I worked right by a window in a clinic right full of girls. So he would start blowing up my phone if my location on my Apple phone would start saying that I was outside the window. So he's constantly calling me like, I know you're fucking this guy. I know you're doing that. I know you're doing this. What are you doing outside? You're supposed to be at work. I literally invited him over to lunch one day at work just so he can see me walk from the clinic to the hospital, because there's a bridge between the clinic and the hospital, to have lunch with me. And he was tracking it in his head the whole time. He's tracking it like this many steps. He's looking at his phone to see the locations. So he started popping up at my job. And then I was like, does he have a tracker in my car? I could not find a tracker, but then he shows up at my job and he's like, yeah, where's my extra phone? I put my extra phone in your car and the location was on and I left a recording. So he's like, I caught you cheating in the parking lot. And I said, what are you talking about? I've been inside. This is summer. I met him in the end of August and it was really hot here. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are you going to have something that doesn't exist? And he's like, yeah, I put the phone in the car and I said, okay, well, when I get home, I want you to have all your stuff gone.
I have to be honest. I don't think any of these ladies cheated. I don't think any of these ladies did anything wrong. I don't. I think they were just dealing with a highly insecure psychopath. That's what I think. I don't think they cheated. I don't think that they did anything that would make him react this way at all. So I just wanted to make that known because, you know, the way he told the story, it came across like they were both toxic, in my opinion, when it came to their relationship. And that could still be the truth, but I don't think that they could have done anything differently. It seems like this man is very unhinged. I mean, you could be the perfect person and he would act crazy with you because of his insecurities and some other issues mentally that he's dealing with. So I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, let's continue.
And when I got home, he was still there. And he cried and begged and was like, just let's work it out. And in my head, I felt like I couldn't let go at first. I couldn't even believe he put the tracker in my car. So I was like, okay, well, let's try to make it work. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. I'm giving you guys the bullet points only because my story has been shared and it's been shared in detail. And when he did leave my house that morning, he went to go get coffee in my car. I had cashed out him money to go get me Starbucks because I drink Starbucks all the time. And he came back. He's like, there's something wrong with your car. And I said, what do you mean? My car is perfectly fine. I have a brand new nice car. He's like, no, it's shaking. That to me was weird. So once he actually left my apartment with all his stuff, I went to my mom's and my car started shaking from there. So I took it to 2 different mechanics and it was the spark plugs and it was the ignition coils. And as soon as I fixed that, it happened again. I had to take it to another mechanic. At the end of the day, I could not fix it. I spent so much money on that car. I had a Challenger at the time. So I ended up taking it to the dealership. And the dealership traded my car in. And I texted them a few days later. And I said, hey, did you know what was wrong with my car? And they said, yeah, it had sugar in the gas tank.
I'm going to have to stop the video. Do you see how these men are commenting with all the receipts that are being provided? It says here, queen of unaccountability, couldn't prove Aaron was lying about being a plumber, so had to literally do a live about his past. What are these men not comprehending? Wait. Ringo was the only man that I saw that read the receipt that the plumber presented and was able to properly comprehend what they read, because it was past tense. He said, when I was working at this particular company 16 weeks ago, but a lot of you men read it, but you didn't even process what you just read. You just read through it and then that's it. Probably that's how you got through school. But did you actually comprehend what you read? Past tense meaning even at 16 weeks ago, he wasn't working. That's what that means. So it's like these men are not looking for receipts. They don't care about receipts. They don't care. All they care about is protecting this man, because a lot of them have something in common, maybe with the turtle. I don't know why they're going so hard for someone that they don't know. It's very weird. And then presenting all of these receipts and still they want to be in denial. This is why a lot of women have lost respect for men, because you will protect an abuser. You will protect a molester. You will protect a rapist. Yeah, I said it. You will protect a scammer, a human trafficker, and you wonder why women don't respect you. That's why. That's why. And it's showing right now. That is why women have lost respect for a lot of men. Because we see the play here. You're going to do whatever it takes to protect that man. You're going to do whatever it takes. So that is why women are going so hard. That is why women don't have respect for a lot of men, because we see the gameplay. You are going to protect this abuser. The information can be right in your face and you don't give a damn about that. So we don't give a damn about him. We don't care what happens to him. I hope he ends up back in jail. For all I know, I don't give a damn. But I hope a lot of people see this video though. So then he has nowhere to run. That's what this is all about. So, you know, it is what it is. We're going to continue. But do you see how these men are? You see it? Okay, just wanted to highlight that. Okay, we're going to get back to the other ex. She was the one that first spoke out on her TikTok. Let's get back to her bulletproof points that she made about her story. And then we're going to get to the last one. And like I said, I'm warning you ladies that the last story is very heavy. If you are not in a good place, it's okay. I will see you in the next one. Okay?
After they told me that, I mean, I was so scared because I just couldn't believe the things that he would amount to. And my lease wasn't up for another month. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I literally had to borrow money from my mom. Yes, I did. I had to borrow $4,000 from my mom just to get out of the lease a month early, and all of the moving costs for my new apartment. And I had to get another car. And you have seen him admit to tracking my car. You have seen him admit to multiple things on his own without me having to come on multiple platforms and expose him. And no, just because you guys say, why didn't you file any police reports? Because he knows where I worked. He still knew where I lived at the time because I hadn't moved yet. And he knows where my parents live. So think about that logically. Why would I do that at the time? Now, recently, he has reached out to me stating that he's going to sue me. He reached out to me from a text-free number that he's going to sue me. And I said, well, you did this to yourself. You kind of put yourself out there. I didn't do that. And he said, see you in court, bum. Then when he posted my kids, I said, one thing you're not going to do is post my kids. And that was, I believe, this weekend that just passed. And Daphne has the text message screenshot. So I gave you guys the bullet points, and then I'll let Daphne show you guys everything.
Okay, so I wanted to address a Buck. He said, Queen of Unaccountability couldn't prove Aaron was lying about being a plumber, so I had to literally do a live about his past. So, Buck, I guess you missed the beginning of my life. When MTR asked him to produce his license, he stalled for days, almost a week. When I looked up his information, there was no license on file. He got the license in February of this year. That's why I couldn't see it on the report, because it's still new. It expires in 3 years. They only last 3 years in the city of Phoenix. So when I can't verify your education, I'm going to assume you don't have it until you prove otherwise. As I stated before, the plumber posted his edited license. I posted the unedited license. So again, now that I've seen it, he has one. Great. But we're not on that. We're on the lies that he said to get money from people. So you guys can shuck and jive and love your king, but don't say that I'm wrong, because at the time he didn't want to show it. Because
I also want to highlight that he made it seem like he was a master plumber. He made it seem like he was a master plumber. And I did research on this. So a journeyman, you work as an apprentice. You don't work, which means you have to work under someone. You have to work under a master plumber. A master plumber is most likely someone that can hold an LLC license and can do contract, something like can do like a consulting type of work, where they can go in and work in homes by themselves and not have to answer to anyone. He cannot. He has to work up under someone in order to even enter homes. So I think the reason why he got fired 16 weeks ago or around that time was because he had just got his license as a journeyman plumber, not a master plumber. And he was out here doing work without being under someone that is a master plumber. And he got caught, maybe by his, like, I guess who he was answering to as a journeyman plumber. I'm not sure. And maybe they caught him doing some side work that he was getting paid for under the table, but he's labeling it humanitarian work, because that's what it sounds like. So, and then if it all matches up, because if he got his license according to what is recorded online regarding his license, so that means he got his license 2 months ago, 16 weeks ago, or around that time, he got fired from whoever he was working under because he was probably trying to do side gigs on the side, which is not allowed. So that's what it seems like. So no, those women did not call and get him fired. He got himself fired because he was doing something that actually is illegal, and he got caught. So that's what I think it is. I don't think that, I think he is a plumber, but like I said, a journeyman plumber, not a master plumber. So he's basically like an apprentice of some kind in the plumbing industry. Okay. So he has to work for a construction company or a plumbing company of some kind. He can't just go into people's homes and do plumbing. He has to have someone like a master plumber that he's working under. And all of this can be researched, because I just learned all about plumbing and license and all of that stuff. So yeah.
Because he wanted to keep doing these YouTube tours to get money. And all he had to do was show his license in like 2 seconds. So you're not going to go on people's panel and say you have something, but you can't produce the facts. I got 4 college degrees. And if someone asks me to see him, I'm going to show you in seconds. I'm not going to wait 3 years. Come on, you guys. Y'all love this man so much, you don't even care about the truth. I had a question for you, Love.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't you say that he was threatening you with the police?
He did. So I actually got a blocked call, which was weird to me because I was at work and I did not get to answer it the first time. And when I looked at the voicemail, it stated, "This is Officer Jarvis."
Is this it right here, honey? Is that Officer Jarvis?
That's the officer. He said, okay. I have Aaron here. He's trying to come to a conclusion with you, kind of like a mediation. So he's like, I'm going to call you again in a few minutes. That is the voicemail. And so when he did call back, I answered the phone because I was like, okay, well, if we can get to a mediation without me having to talk to him personally because he goes unhinged, then let's do it. Well, we have the cop. I did get his name, his first name, last name, and the badge number, so I can verify that he was a real police officer. And so we had came to a conclusion that he was no longer going to post my kids and he was no longer going to post about me if I stopped posting about him. Now, I had that day earlier on, I had already posted a video stating that I wasn't going to post about him. I told my story and that was it. Aaron came back and he said, no, I want her to make a video and go live retracting her statement and stating that she lied to the world. And the cop laughed because he knew I wasn't going to do that. So he said, okay, well, let's take it to court. And that's all that happened. So these reports that the plumber is stating that there's a police report against me. No, there isn't. There's an incident number that you can get anytime you call the cops. There can be a cat in front of your house and you're calling the cops and you're going to get an incident report number. There is no file. There's no reports against me and there's no lawsuits against me because I have checked.
So this screenshot was from today when you called the police, correct?
Yep, I called the non-emergency number.
And they said that you did not have a police report on file that involved you.
Nope, nothing. And then when I got off the phone with the cop that day, he did say this did not escalate, so I did not file a police report.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. So I just wanted to address a couple of the comments before we move on to the last person.
Yeah.
That's what Rhoda did. Rhoda had an incident number, but she never filed a police report because I remember when I called the Houston Police Department and they were like, oh, we don't have anything on file. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, this person just posted a police report online. It wasn't a police report. It was an incident number. So he just tried to run the same game on this girl. Let's continue.
Said what the fuck this got to do with it. So I just want to remind you guys, you don't have to be here. I want to remind you guys that I don't care if you guys agree or disagree with what we're talking about. But you guys allowed this man to go on a YouTube tour for like days, slandering all these women that are on this post right now. And you guys didn't question him. You didn't go at him. You didn't care. Y'all think this is about the dating show and the license. You guys are still slow as fuck. I'm sad because I thought some of you guys probably had a brain, but you probably don't. Because you're still saying the same shit. What does this got to do with a license? This has to do with him deceiving people to get money. GoFundMe money. So quit telling me how to do my investigative work because you don't want to be here and listen. You can leave. Anti-hyena, anyone that is being disrespectful, I need you to ban them. I don't care if there was 2 people listening in. That's all I need is 1. But y'all not going to sit up here and disrespect me because you're mad that your king is a liar. Keep the energy that you had with Rhoda. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He has a license. Good for him. But he's not out here changing lives and working with youth. He's out here destroying lives and running from states. That's what this is about. He's a pathological liar, a manipulator, and he needs mental help. And I'm willing to help him. But he has to be honest. I'm always willing to help the Black community. But a lot of you guys are so evil and idiots. Y'all over here behind fake accounts talking the biggest shit. Anti-hyena, get them the fuck out of here. That's not why we're doing this. We all supposed to be a community, and y'all on here on this chat really capping for a man that lied. I'm showing you guys receipts, and that's still not enough. Phone numbers, and that still isn't enough. He hasn't produced a letter saying he's been fired. And y'all don't give a fuck about saying that.
So let me show you what I found. Let me show you this. Because I know a lot of you are probably going to have the same question. Let me blow it up. So it says here, I asked a journeyman versus master plumber. So it says, although a journeyman and a master plumber are both licensed as plumbers, only a master plumber can own plumbing business, supervising other plumbers. So he can't even be out here. He can't even be out here, quote unquote, teaching people. It's illegal for him to even do that. He's not a master plumber. And he already posted his receipt that he's a journeyman plumber. So let me show you what he's on his story doing. Let's see. Oh, wait. See, he's over here helping the youth, teaching them. He's not supposed to even be doing that. That's illegal. Let me play it again. He's not supposed to be doing this at all. He made it seem like I said, he made it seem like he was a master plumber. I can teach how to get a legal bag. He's not supposed to be doing this at all. And see, I think that's how he got fired from his job. Whoever he was working under, like I said, as a journeyman plumber, he has to work under a master plumber. Whoever he was working under, I believe that is why they let him go, because they found out that this is what he was doing. So that's what I believe. That's my opinion. And I'm sticking with it simply because of the information that I looked into. Okay. So for him to get contract work, he has to be under a LLC licensed master plumber. All right, let's get back to it.
This is about him lying about being fired to get GoFundMe donations. Here. Y'all keep recycling the same shit. I didn't take an L. I just showed you guys how he's been lying about the money that you guys donated to him. Do you not care about vets and disabled and single mothers and single fathers and domestic violence victims and at-risk youth? Do y'all not give a fuck? Because I do. I'm out here in the streets helping people. So it matters to me.
I know some of y'all are slow, but what are you not understanding that he can't help the youth in that way? What you not getting about that? Like, what are you not getting? That it is illegal for him to be helping the youth in that way. Y'all cannot be this dumb. Like, I hope y'all not this dumb. And yes, I have to say dumb. Okay? Like, if you're going to help the youth, show them how to do things the correct way. How are you helping the youth if you're showing them how to get in trouble? Make it make sense. Please. Like, that's ridiculous. If you're going to help the youth, help them show them how to do things the correct way, not illegal. That's crazy. That's how you get them in trouble. You're supposed to get them out of trouble, not put them further in trouble. Okay, let me see if we get to the last person.
That's what we did.
Hold on, let me go back.
Up until April.
And y'all don't give a fuck about saying that. This is about him lying about being fired to get GoFundMe donations. Are y'all not understanding why I'm doing this? Because if you don't, you can leave. Go back to your King's page and kiss his ass. Because I'm not kissing it here. Y'all keep recycling the same shit. I didn't take an L. I just showed you guys how he's been lying about the money that you guys donated to him. Do you not care about vets and disabled and single mothers and single fathers and domestic violence victims and at-risk youth? Do y'all not give a fuck? Because I do. I'm out here in the streets helping people. So it matters to me where money is going. Y'all can sit up here and be tricked, but not me. So anti-hyena, get them the fuck out of here. Because we can end this shit right now. I don't care. I'm not getting paid. I just wanted these women to tell their story, and you guys are just some idiots. Y'all can't even sit here and listen to her like y'all listen to him for 5 and 6 days. Have some respect. Fuck. So now I'm going to bring on the last person, and I'm asking y'all to please have some respect, because her story is worse than the first two you just heard. So I'm going to remind you, anti-hyena, please, if anyone says anything negative about this woman's story, I'm just going to end the live, because her story is very, very detailed, and I have the receipts. And this is going to make you, and if anybody still supports him even after this, please unsub from me. Go sub to him. He deserves it. I don't need it. So the last person is Karma. Karma, remember what we talked about. Please say what you feel. And if it gets too much, you have every right to leave. I still have the receipts that I'll post when you're ready. So go ahead and have the floor, honey. And I promise you, if anybody disrespects you, I'll end this shit tonight. I'm not getting any money off of this live. I promise you, this is not for the money. So with that being said, Miss Karma, you can unmute. Can you unmute, please?
Hi.
Hello. Hello. Are you okay? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Do your best. Do your best. No pressure. Go ahead, boo.
So me and the plumber met started talking. In March, and up until April. It's a short period of time. I know.
Okay, hold on, Karma. Can you talk a little bit louder, because you're talking low? And you said you were talking to the plumber from March to April of this year, correct? 2024, right? Because people think we're talking about the past. Was it this year?
Yes, March 2024.
Okay.
To April 2024. It is a short period of time. It's ridiculous, but we met online. The plumber wanted to meet me very quickly. And I mean, I did too. We were very connected. Conversations were good. I didn't know who this man was, who he really was. So I just want to say, if I knew everything that I knew now, I wouldn't put myself in his path in the way that it went. So I just wanted to get that out the way. You know, a lot of people, you don't really know who people really are until you actually get to see their true colors in person. So, and just like how these other two ladies were, and just like how everybody else is around the world.
Hey, Karma, you cut out.
Different states.
Karma,
agree.
I think.
Yeah.
Karma, can you hear me? You cut out. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but you kind of cut out at the end. Can you say that again?
What part do you hear?
All I heard you. It went quiet, and then you said different states.
We're in two different states. We're not in the same place, in the same location. Me and the plumber.
Okay.
Like I said, the connection was good. The conversations were good. It was a vibe. So, you know, why not meet up with each other? We agreed to meet in the middle, and that's what we did. We met for the first time in April. The first day that we met, it went cool. The next day, he had been pretty much in the morning. We were chilling, you know, eating. And when it got to lunchtime, when I got around to lunchtime, he wanted to go ahead and start drinking. So, you know, he did. He is a light drinker, as in Trust No One had said earlier. And he had mentioned this to me as well in our conversations, that he's a very light drinker. So he was drinking ahead of me. When it got close to around 6, 7, and this is on a weekend, on a Saturday, you know how you guys like to get ready, good to go out. We agreed we're gonna go out, have some drinks, go see a movie. That's what we did. Before we did that, we went to the liquor store, got some drinks. He's drank them all. We're at the hotel where we met up. I had took a couple shots myself. Like I said, he's ahead of me. We're getting ready, and we go to this bar and grill, because we had agreed that up until a certain time we're gonna go see a movie. But while we're at the bar and grill, we're drinking, eating. He starts kind of like, showing out. Of course, like why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you when you go out? Okay, that's fine. But I just thought it was kind of weird. You know, he kept kind of saying like kind of worried about the prices and stuff like that. When beforehand he would brag to me how much money he had, that he has all this money in the bank, all this money in the wallet, and how the way he gets his money. He did tell me that he sues people, he sues companies. That's how he gets his money. He goes to different companies. He doesn't last there for long. He's probably there for 3 days. Tries to find something in order to sue them to get the money. That's what he told me. So, you know, our waitress, she's fine. She's nice. She's a nice girl. She's telling me that, or no, he's telling me that the girl's jealous and wishes to be in my position, and she wishes that she was me because I'm with him, and that she's jealous when I'm nowhere getting this vibe because this girl's really being sweet. She's being nice to me, and I'm being nice with her. So I told him that I'm not getting that vibe. Anyways, I had a friend message me, and by coincidence, she told me she was at the location where we had met up at and asked if we wanted to meet up with them and hang out with them. I told him. He said, yeah, that's cool. So we didn't go to the movies anymore. We left that location about 10:15. We get in my car because he's driving my car. He was driving a rental, and I didn't want to be in the rental that he pulled up in. No disrespect, I don't want to be in a Kia. I'd rather be in my car. So when we got in my car, he had bought a bottle prior before we had went to this bar and grill. He was already drinking out of it. When we got in the car, you know, he gave me some too. I drank some out of it too. We looked up the location where it's at. It was pretty much going to be 30, 40 minutes away because it was downtown. Well, when it was time to drive over there, he starts driving in my car recklessly. He starts speeding, and I'm telling him, can you please slow down? Please don't drive like this because I worked really hard to get this vehicle. This is my belonging. Mind you, at this point, I can tell he's already tipsy. He's pretty much getting to the point where he's drunk. He's getting mad because I'm telling him to be careful.
Listen, ladies, be kind in the chat. Please show compassion. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's compassion as well. Okay, please. Again, trigger warning for the ladies that are sensitive or you're not in a good place. I'm not trying to put you in a worse place. So I just ask that I see you next time. Okay? Okay, let's continue.
He said it's fine. Whatever damages happen, that he will pay for it and fix it because he has the money. But to me, that's not the point. I don't care. Like, I don't want it to happen, period. Like, I don't want that to happen because why would I want to get in a wreck when we've been drinking and we can go to jail, I can get a ticket, and then you can get a ticket, and on top of it, my vehicle's damaged because you don't know how to drive. So, you know, this makes me mad. This would make anybody else mad. So I'm telling him I can drive. He tells me no. I'm like, fine. But I'm telling him, please drive right. He starts yelling at me, telling me that he never let no women talk to him that way. And I'm getting mad, and I respond like, so you're getting mad at me because I'm trying to look out for both of us. So we finally get to the location where my friend is. We have to park in front of a convenience store because it's downtown. I'm trying to change his mood. I'm trying to tell him, like, come on, like, we can still go into this place because he's telling me that at this point, like, he just wants to go back to the hotel because he's pissed off because how the way I'm telling him to drive right. And I'm like, again, I'm trying to get him to tell him, like, you know, we can change the setting, we can change the mood, we can still have a good time. But he just insists that he does not want to, which is fine. That's fine. That he was going to get an Uber, and I told him, okay, cool, I'm going to continue, and I'm going to go see what's up with my friends because, you know, I came here to have a good time. And he gets out the car. I get out the car. I lock my car. And as soon as I'm maybe, like, not even that far away, almost getting to this location, he's calling my phone, yelling at me and telling me that I couldn't be the one, that if he had a woman, that his woman would never do that to him, would never leave him. But, you know, the thing is, you over here getting mad at me because I'm telling you to drive right in my vehicle. I don't understand. I don't understand anybody that would get mad when they're trying to look out for you and myself. So that way nobody gets hurt and nobody goes to jail and nobody gets a ticket, because who the fuck wants that? Who? So, you know, I'm pissed off. He tells me, take me back to the hotel. I don't want to fucking be here. And, you know, at this point, he's yelling at me. And I'm pissed. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take you back because I want to get my stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get my stuff. Like, this isn't working. You know, that's fine. It's not working out.
Take your time. Take your time. I know. I'm sorry.
So I get back to the car. And You know, he gets in the car. We're driving back to the hotel. He's yelling at me, telling me I'm not shit. I'm just a broke ass bitch that where I work ain't shit. And any woman in my position would want it. And I'm not really saying anything at this point because this ain't the first time hearing this bullshit, because a lot of men just think they the fucking shit. And it's just fucking it's so tiring getting like men talking to women like this. Like, you put yourself on a high ass fucking pedestal, but really you just not fucking shit, you know. Again, that's my fucking fault. That's my fault for knowing that you wasn't shit in the fucking first place. That's okay. It's a lesson learned. You know, a lot of people can take an L, but when you look back at the L, you try to come back up and learn from it. And this is the person that can't do that. Okay? So driving back, he's telling me to hurry up, telling me to drive faster. I'm not gonna fucking do that. I tell him, no, I'm not driving fast. I'm gonna drive how the way I want to drive. If you wanted me to drive fast or drive in a certain way, you should have stuck with that Uber. So we finally get to the location. We finally get to the hotel. I'm sorry. I don't even know how much I can say on here.
No, you can say it. Go ahead and say it. Just don't say, remember I told you the words to use. Okay, you got it. They don't know who you are. You got it. We're right here with you, Queen. I promise you no one's gonna judge you. Take your time. They need to hear this because I gotta show them the evidence to back it up. And I can't. So take a deep breath, Queen. Take a deep breath first. You got this. Remember, we went over this. You got it. They can't see
Mind
you.
y'all, again, this is in April 2024. We're
Karma, you cut out. Karma?
Somebody in a long time. This is in 2024. It's fucking April, dude. Sorry, I'm sorry. We get to the hotel.
Don't be sorry.
I'm parking my car. He's in the passenger. Again, I'm driving. He gets out of the passenger and he's yelling at me, telling me to hurry the fuck up to get the fuck out the car. He opens my driver's side, he opens my door, and I'm putting my left arm up to tell him to hold the fuck on. He tells me to hurry the fuck up. He grabs my left arm and pulls me out of the fucking car, pushes me up against the car, and starts choking me and pushing his arm up into my chest. And this choking, it's not as pressure, so I can still breathe on this one. He's looking at me as if I like it, as if I'm getting turned on. I push him off of me as hard as I can and tell him to get the fuck off me. And we walk to the room. We walk to the room so I can get my stuff. He's behind me. There's just certain stuff that happened again that I can't say, but it just wasn't consensual. So I don't know. Can I even say the rest of the story?
You can. Remember, we have code words. You can, as long as you don't say the word I told you not to say. But Queen, you got this. Remember why we're doing this. You got this.
So we go into the hotel. He grabs me behind my neck. And like I said, in these parts, I can't say it. It just wasn't consensual. No means no, right?
Right.
So after that, he pushes off of me. Running.
Are you okay?
Up against my neck. And starts telling me that he doesn't want me to leave, that he loves me. And I'm telling him, you don't know what love is. I just want to go home. And this feels like it's going on forever. And mind you, again, you all know how big this person is. You all see his big muscles. Like, everybody knows a man is more powerful than a woman, you know? So there's not much I can really do. I'm trying to push him off me, and I'm telling him I want to go home repeatedly. He turns around, starts grabbing all my stuff from my suitcase and starts throwing everything around, and I'm telling him to stop. I'm begging him to stop. I'm starting to grab my things, and he turns around and picks me up by my neck. I'm in the air, and he's strangling me in the fucking air. I can't breathe. There's only so much that I could push. Take his finger off my neck a little bit just to tell him to please stop. I just want to go home to my son. I can't fucking breathe. And he tells me he doesn't fucking care. This man proceeds to strangle me and throws me on the bed and continues to choke me. And he has the bottle that he bought and pours it in my face at the same time while he's choking me. I can't fucking breathe. I'm drowning. I'm choking. I can't breathe.
Take your time.
I don't give a fuck if none of you fucking believe me, because fuck this man. This motherfucker almost took me away from my fucking son, bro. I can give two fucks if anybody believes me, because I know what the fuck happened. And
Don't listen to them. You're fine. Don't listen to them. You're here with us.
But Karma's a bitch, I swear. Karma's a fucking bitch and it's
Karma, you cut out. Karma?
pouring it in my face. He's continually pouring this liquor all over my body. And I can see it in his face, debating if he wants to fucking set me on fire. The lighter's right there. I can't. This fucking can't. Fuck this. I can't.
Karma, it's okay. Karma, you have every right. Do you want to leave for a moment and come back?
I can't.
So mute yourself, Karma, and take a deep breath, honey. Mute yourself and take a few seconds, and I'll take it from here and say a little bit more. So, guys, to those who are just coming in, or you guys were listening, first I want to say shame on the idiots in the comments who are asking, did she call the police? We wouldn't be here if she didn't have receipts. And this is the problem with the Black community, because I know a lot of these people in the chat are Black. I'm looking at a lot of your profiles. I think it is very, very disgusting that even when someone is telling you a story, you guys are asking her, did you call the police? Did you do the kid? Blah, 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 blah. But I remember being on so many YouTube channels that the plumber was on, and I didn't see that type of berate. Hey, can we see the firing letter? You guys said he's not entitled to show it. You guys said he's not entitled to prove it. But you're over here telling this woman, did she? If she didn't, she wouldn't be here. I'm trying to teach you guys something tonight, that this man is always going from state to state. This year, he was supposed to be doing humanitarian work, but he was in another state for a couple of months hurting this person here. And I saw the receipts. I saw the emails from the detective that I will post tonight in a video. He can go ahead and tell you guys that she's lying, but the receipts don't lie. And just like in the state where he vandalized that woman's place, he fled. That's why he's not arrested. Do y'all know how the law works? Some of you guys probably don't. It is an allegation, correct. But if he did not do it, why is he running? He knows what happened. I saw the receipts. He's refusing to go to that state for a reason. And I know why he isn't going, because I know what they will do to people like him. So whether you believe her or not, I have receipts to prove it. Because after this man did this, he put a hit out on her on Instagram and tried to make it seem like she robbed him and offered people an amount of money to find her. He used the robbing as a guise for people to actually try to find her location as she fled from him. But y'all don't believe that either. And I will post those receipts tonight too. What y'all need to realize is that all three of these women live in different states. Totally different states.
And let me tell you, this has nothing to do with him being Black. This has nothing to do with that.
Let me finish, honey. Let me finish.
And I did report this to the police. Of course I fucking did. Of
Don't look
course.
at the comments, Karma. Hold on, Karma. And I just think it's... Go ahead, Karma. No, I'm gonna let you go, Karma, because you have something in your heart.
Good, because these people are fucking crazy.
But that's what they
of course
do.
I did.
Karma. Pay attention to that, Karma.
Of course.
That's what they do. If this happened to their sister or cousin, I promise you they wouldn't have that same energy. I promise you. These are just people that don't want to believe that their king is really...
No, he really did put a hit out on her. Let's take a break. He really did put a hit out on her, and here's the receipts for that. Let me blow it up. Okay. So this was when the incident happened that she's describing. This is where it all started. Okay. So he messages her. He says, where you at? Wow, for real. Get me home. I'm drunk. Please, I'm drunk. Just get me home on the right track. Please, I want to go home. I'm sorry, baby. Please. Man, please just get me home. I'm drunk as fuck. Please, baby. I love you, man. I'm sorry, baby. You're going to jail. Call the police on you. I'm going to call FedEx every day. Go to sleep, she says. And then he says, I called the police. You stole my wallet. She responds, no, I didn't. I bet you go to jail. Watch, I'm going to press charges. Okay. Then he says, you're going to jail. Watch. You better bring it back. I won't press charges if you don't. You're going to jail and you're going to lose your son. I didn't steal. And then she responds, I didn't steal your wallet. You're going to jail. Watch. You on video, dumbass. Sending you to prison. So this just seems like this is his thing. He's always threatening people. Okay, let's continue. Laugh my ass off. You're going to jail. I'm going to expose you to... Or wait, I'm sorry. You're mad at me because I left because you almost unalived me. And then he responds, laugh my ass off. You going to jail, I'm going to expose you too, and I'm going to sue you for racks. And if you don't bring my ish back tonight, bro, you done. I don't even be on no police ish. I just want to go home, but you took my wallet effing B. And if you don't give it back, I swear to God, I'm going to court and you going to jail. The police already looking for you, and I'm going to post you all over the internet, sucker. C. B, you sound dumb. You never called the police, so they not gonna believe you. Nobody almost killed your ass, laughed my ass off. If you did, you should have called the police. Now you effed. I promise I'm gonna call your job every day until you go to jail. So I'm really gonna take this job in Midland just to find you. Watch. Then he says, dumb ain't B, left my ass off, ain't get these racks. You got $200. I'ma sue you now and get way more, left my ass off. I'm going to bed now, and I'll let the police catch you and do their job. You going to jail, laugh my ass off. On God, I'ma come to court, press charges, get on the stand, all that ish. That's not how the law works or the court system, dumbass. I'm good. Good night. You did me a favor. And it's... I don't get, like, she didn't even respond. Okay. Then he posts to his story. He says, looking for this bum. She stole my wallet. I got $500 for you if you know where she live or be at. Okay. So let's get back to it.
And I will show them in a second, but go ahead and say whatever's in your heart.
I'm fine, because you know you guys can believe whatever you want.
Don't look at the comments.
This man. After I got away, after I was able to get out, I got away is because I had to let this man think that he was the fucking victim. This man had the audacity to fucking cry and say that why is this happening to me? But you fucking almost took my life, dude. I almost really thought I wasn't gonna see my son again. My son. I'm a single mother. I am Latina. Okay, this has nothing to do with him being black. This has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that a man had fucking did this to me because I wanted to go home. It wasn't working out. Shit was not working out. He was mad because I was telling him that he needed to drive right because he was fucking drunk. You're gonna get mad at me because I'm trying to look out for you, and you want to fucking almost take my life because I want to go home. You almost took me away from my fucking son, bro. And that's not fucking cool. And as much as you want to cover it up because I got away, you try to say that I fucking stole from you. I don't got to steal shit from you. I work very fucking hard to get where I'm at and with the things that I have and the shit that I do for my fucking son. You target single women. It doesn't matter about their fucking race. It doesn't matter how the way they fucking look. None of that shit fucking matters. It's the fucking principle that you're doing this to women, to single women, whether they're fucking mothers or not. Like, why? And then it's the fact that you kept changing up your story. You changed up saying I stole $500 from you, fucking $30,000 from you, $3,000 from you, and all this shit is from the fucking detective. Like, yes, I went to the police. There is so much shit that you do not know, that all you guys don't know about this man, but yeah, you still want to hype up his fucking head and make him think that he's fucking innocent. Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all just as crazy as much as he is. There ain't nothing more I gotta fucking say, but the shit that he did to me ain't fucking cool.
And Karma, I just want you to know that I'm sorry that happened. And he's currently, from what I saw in the comments, he's currently on his live, probably trying to show some other stuff. But guys, you guys heard her story. For those who just came in, all three of these ladies have something in common. They're single mothers. So clearly he has a type. And I feel like he preys on these women because they're alone and they're raising a child by themselves. None of you guys are seeing the pattern, but I already caught the pattern. And I just think it's really sad how you guys are saying, well, I don't believe him and I don't believe her. I don't know what. But how many receipts has the plumber showed you guys besides the license after I put the heat under him? How many receipts has he showed you guys? The big premise of it was he was fired. How many receipts have you seen from him backing up he was fired? None of y'all saw that. How many of you know where he was fired from? 1 minute he has an LLC in New Mexico. Next minute he was working for someone and got fired. The lies keep compiling because when you lie, you keep lying. When you tell the truth, you don't have to rehearse it. It's natural every single time. But I'm about to show you guys the receipts to her story. What you're about to see is the text messages that he sent to her. And I want you guys to know that she clearly told you guys that the plumber got drunk. So drunk that he did things that were not right. And she clearly said that no means no. And to him, it meant yes. So some of you guys are acting like you don't know what happened. And you want her to keep digging into what happened. And I think that, so if you have a question, go ahead and say it. And then I'll read it to you ladies, or you guys can see the chat too. And then I'm going to go back to the receipts that I had to prove to you guys that the GoFundMe was just for him to ball out because he has no money. He told that podcast that he has the LLC. He was absolutely correct about that. He does have an LLC in New Mexico. But your journeyman's license is in the city of Phoenix. And if you have your own business, plumber. You said on another video that you don't know if you want to start a business yet. So you don't even remember your lives. But you had that LLC, sir, sitting in New Mexico, registered to an abandoned place. I'm just confused.
And I told y'all that he is, yes, he's a licensed journeyman, but he is not a licensed master plumber. So for him to even utilize that LLC in New Mexico, he has to get licensed in New Mexico, and then he has to get licensed as a master plumber, not a journeyman plumber. He can't hold an LLC without it. I just showed y'all that receipt. So his lies are just catching up with him at this point.
I looked up the address. You know I did. But my big question for you is, how are you out here changing lives when you're out here doing all these relationships from state to state and hurting people? That's what I'm confused about. So I'm looking at the chat now. I don't see any questions. But ladies, I do have a question for all of you. Karma, I didn't ask you this, and I don't think I asked Love either. Did you see him ever doing any humanitarian work when he was in your state?
No.
Did he ever do any plumbing work for anyone?
No. I remember when we were dating, I know he said he was going to his job and he had a work truck for a few weeks, but I didn't physically see him do any of it. But again, this is just my story. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not going to sit here and lie. I did see him have a work truck.
Okay, thank you for being honest about that.
That's all.
Okay, and I asked you guys, did you guys ever see him doing anything to help the community? It might not be plumbing. It could have been praying for someone. Did he ever work with at-risk youth in the time he was with you guys?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Karma, since you were with him this year, 2024, because you know they said we're talking about his past shit, and I'm not. We're talking about current. He was posting on Nextdoor. He was posting on Nextdoor.
We were dating. I know he said he was going to
his job. Can you guys, there's feedback.
For a few weeks,
there's feedback from you guys. Hello,
I didn't physically see him do any of it, but again, this is just my.
Okay, I had to mute. Trust no one. I think your TV or tablet is delayed. So, Karma, what I was trying to say to you is he was advertising on Nextdoor in January. He was advertising a lot. January, February, March, April. So
him
when he was
working
with you,
or doing any plumbing or any of those things that he's talking about on social media.
Okay, so he was advertising your state because we clearly have the receipts.
He's only talked about that he's in plumbing and that he has a license, but I ain't never really seen him do any of those things.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Somebody had asked me, why do we care so much? The reason why I care is the same reason why I got Rhoda in trouble. If anybody is new to Daphne Sutton, I'm the one that got Rhoda Osmond in trouble. I'm the reason why she's facing a felony for creating a GoFundMe and saying that a black man attacked her with a brick. So, Karma, what I was trying to say to you is guys, can you please mute? Because one of you guys are replaying what I'm saying. So to those people who knew about Rhoda creating the GoFundMe and getting $40,000+, you guys never questioned me on my efforts. But a lot of you guys doubted me. You said my calls were fake, all this was fake, but when that...
Okay, that's pretty much it, y'all. That's all I really wanted to show you. Listen, the zodiac signs, listen, men are going to be men. When they're toxic, okay? Doesn't matter what race, doesn't matter what zodiac sign they are, it doesn't matter what skin shade they are. Listen, men are going to be men, and when they're toxic, they're toxic. When they're healthy, they're healthy. So listen, it is what it is. The zodiac signs are not going to help you. I'm sorry. That's not part of my vetting process. And it's immature. Like I joke with y'all about the zodiac signs and stuff, but I don't like going according to zodiac signs can cost you your life. So no, you need to vet all men the same. It doesn't matter what zodiac sign they are, what race they are, how much money they make. It is about their character. And like I said, for me, when all of this happened on the balloon situation, the only thing that I could say was he didn't have manners. I told y'all that. I was like, my issue with his behavior on the show was he did not have manners. I was instantly turned off by that because that's a reflection of his character. That's when my discernment kicked in. I don't deal with men that don't know how to have manners, how to talk to people, how to make a good impression. He didn't even have that. So I was not impressed by him. So I'm going to be chopping up some of the older videos that I made regarding the situation because I want some things to be highlighted that I said that can help you when it comes to your discernment, because that's what all of this is about. And a lot of people keep congratulating me on my discernment, but it took me healing. Yes, because my judgment when I was unhealed was not the best. So my discernment could have been inaccurate. So the order is for you to strengthen your discernment. You need to slow down. You need to take your time. When it comes to strengthening your discernment, you need to heal because your triggers can cause inaccuracy. So if you have trauma and you have triggers that are associated with that trauma, your triggers can cause inaccuracy. That is why you should heal. It's a resource to you as a woman, because you can't fight a man, but you can outsmart a man. And emotional intelligence is part of that. So practicing good discernment, it will start with your healing journey. So many women ask me, Yoni, how do you get better discernment? Heal. Work on yourself when it comes to your triggers. Address the trauma that you have so that you can have better discernment. Now, lastly, after you heal and after you acknowledge, because this is another thing, this is where the emotional intelligence comes in. You have to realize as a woman, sometimes we confuse how we feel with the truth. How you feel is not always the truth of a situation. It's how you feel. You should validate how you feel. You should self-validate how you feel. You should not rely on anyone outside of yourself on how you feel about a situation. How you feel is valid, but never confuse how you feel to be the truth of a situation. And yes, you need to have that emotional intelligence because that's going to help with your discernment. So there are feelings when it comes to a situation, but your feelings, that's not the situation. Those are your feelings. Your feelings and the situation are separate. They're not the same. So you need to say, hey, self, this is how you get better discernment. Hey, self, am I triggered? Hey, self, am I projecting my feelings on a situation or a person? You need to start with those two things first. And this is after your healing journey. Then lastly, because people always congratulate me on my intuition. Lastly, when it comes to your intuition, you have to trust yourself. Yeah. You have to choose you before anybody else. So you heal. You gain emotional intelligence when it comes to how you feel. You understand that how you feel is separate from other people in the situation. Then lastly, you have to trust yourself. Okay? You got to trust yourself. It's you versus everybody else at the end of the day. And if you follow those steps to heal and you follow the steps to get emotional intelligence, and then you follow the steps to also check in with yourself and reevaluate your own behavior, because that's what mature women do. We self-reflect, we reevaluate our own behavior. We keep our feelings separate from situations and other people. We don't project how we feel on the truth of a situation, and we don't project how we feel on others. We don't do that. And then lastly, your intuition will instantly go up because you trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. And sometimes you'll be in a tricky situation where you will either have to choose them or you. Sometimes you will have to choose between the situation or yourself. Sometimes you will have to choose between your family or what you know. Sometimes you have to choose between what you're sensing, but what you cannot see. So that's all I got regarding this. I hope it helps with the girls that are trying to strengthen their discernment and their intuition, but I just gave you the formula, and it's really that simple. At the end of the day, you got to choose yourself, and sometimes that means being alone and being comfortable with that. So that's all I got regarding this video. I hope you ladies enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to have some links after this video because I need you to do me a really big favor and go back and give some engagement to the Queen of Accountability, Ringo TV, and I believe Abba and Preach, because they called it day one. I just need you to give those content creators some love. Okay, please give them some engagement. Please like the video so that these women's voices and their stories can be put out there with a louder microphone. So thank you all for joining me. I apologize that this was a more serious live, but it just needed to be done. And I hope to see you in my next one. Also, I will be having cash apps for these ladies as well. You'll see it will be a section. I'll have it pinned so that if you want to donate or give anything to these women, the Cash Apps will be available as well. Okay. You ladies enjoy the rest of your day. Any gentlemen on here, you enjoy the rest of your day as well, and hope to see you in my next one.